Probably neither. Somewhere in the middle of those two. Like right in the middle of them. Just got to play the game, right? I guess the only comment I would say is I would be disappointed for our fans that want to see those guys. I would say that not for ours, but for any place these guys go. They're certainly star attractions around the league. They're the Beatles of the NBA, right? In every city they go to, and it's want to see them playing, right? Nobody wants to see those guys hurt. We want to see their talents on display.
To that end, Nick, Kyle was just in here very colorfully saying that it's just game 23 of an 82-game schedule, but is it easy for you guys to look at it that way, or is it a bigger occasion whenever you play on a setting like this?
I think it seems my expectations were that it was going to seem like a lot bigger, so it seems like it's easier to just take it. Maybe it's just because of the circumstances and where we are, and again, one of the things that I kind of I don't know, I reflect on today is like the games are just keep on coming so fast. Like I can't believe we're on game 23, right? And you really you don't really going to enjoy much. And you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself because it's just one after another. It's just like we're gonna play tonight. We're gonna get on a plane and go to Cleveland tomorrow. I mean, it just keeps on coming. So you just got to kind of treat them like they're, a win over anyone equals one win over anyone else, and that's really all that matters this time of year.
Is that feeling different one share over, like just how this season goes?
Yeah, it does a little bit. Yeah.
Is it good that you're heading into a stretch of the schedule where you get kind of, on paper at least, escalating challenges, right? Like in terms of a tougher schedule, tougher teams. And does that help you find out a little more kind of what years you have?
I think so, but I think as well too. Now that again we've been through 20+ games, is that each game presents a challenge anyway, right? I know you say, oh, any night anything could happen, but the record a team supposedly has or coming in, I mean, we get a lot of best shots too. So I don't think it's as big a deal maybe as we think. Oh, I don't know, winning at Utah without Kawhi on the back-to-back was a huge win. All of a sudden it's not, because they're under 500 or whatever. I just think that each game, depending on where you are at the moment, presents challenges. This game tonight is a tremendous challenge. They have got two of the best players in this league still playing, right? And their role guys are playing so good right now. They found some chemistry with these guys, and they've, their role players are just playing so hard and so well and crashing the glass and, literally selling out, and while KD and Clay do all the scoring, right? So they found, like, this team that they've got now, they found a best way to play. And so that, presents another challenge for us.
Those guys missing shots. Those guys not getting to their spots sometimes.
KD's a little harder than maybe some of them because he kind of does a lot of it on his own, right? So he's just going to bring the ball up the floor, look you in the eye, and shoot it, right? So it's not like there's a screen. You say, well, why didn't we blitz him? Well, there was no screen to blitz with. Or why didn't we do switch out on it? Oh, well, he's just coming down and look. Like I said, he's not even looking you in the eye. He's kind of looking at the top of your head usually and shooting because he's so long. But so he presents a problem there. And Clay is like there's nobody better at moving off the ball than him. There's nobody better. I mean, he is in constant motion. He's strong and physical. He starts well, and he needs a millisecond to get it off when he does come off. I mean, and like. He's a little bit like, when he's guarded, he may shoot better, right? The more challenged he is, the more he seems to make them. So, you just got to, again, with all these guys, like, can we make them work? Can we eat into them? Can we send 4 or 5 different defenders at them? And can we eat into them over the game? And hopefully we can be great at challenging and not make too many mistakes in coverage and just put in a honest 40 minutes of work on them, because that's how many minutes they're going to be out there, and then the chips fall where they may. If we do that, then we come out of the game, with our heads held high.
What does that say making them work? Does it mean make them work on the other end too? Take some of their legs out.
Yeah, I think so, but not. I don't really do that very much. Right? I don't come out and say, hey, let's make this guy work on defense. Now, if there's some matchups we like or whatever, for us, we kind of come into the game as equal opportunity, right? And we know how it goes. The ball gravitates to our normal guys who it gravitates to, and then through the course of the game, we may see something that we go to, or and you guys have seen that. We play and play and play, and then we finally figured out the other night in Memphis that ball screens was what was getting Kawhi open. The post ups were tough, the ISOs were tough, but the high angle balls, so we got to work at that throughout the course of the game. So that probably doesn't factor into it. I'm just more like, they shouldn't be very relaxed very often, even if they're jogging up the floor. Somebody should be breathing heavy on them. You know what I mean?
Outside of Clay and Durant, what's the next thing you think you really got to be cognizant of to make sure that to get them out? Doing well.
Individually, for it's way more of a collective thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just said, like probably 60 plus shots going up between Clay and KD tonight, and the rest of those guys are just, it's like they're just putting it into overdrive and flying to the rim to try to get the rebounds, right? So that's a really big thing. Can we, again, be attentive enough to that? Can we be physical enough to that? Can we chase down the long rebounds and the 50-50 tip arounds? Because that's what those guys are doing really well, giving them extra possessions. And just individually, Livingston's a guy to me that seems like he comes in there and scores 8 straight for him or something. Keep them ticking over in the middle part of the game, and we've got to watch him and watch our matchups with him. And
good post player, right?
good shoots over. If you don't have size on him, he's going to shoot right over, and he's going to make every one.
Nick, you guys were bottom 5 in defensive rebounding the first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Since you guys are just outside the top 10, are you seeing more of the things that you want to see? I know you mentioned using speed to be quicker to the ball.
Yeah, we put in this defensive rebounding drill a couple weeks ago, and it's really helped us. Yes. I think so. We've tried to look at why it has happened, why the long it's a lot of long rebounds that we're not chasing down, and really it's like finishing possessions with some conviction, right? We've worked our butt off and we've made them take a tough shot and contested, and then we kind of exhale there a little bit, and then we're having to work our tails off again, right? When we got to work just a little bit harder for another second or two, and then we won't have to get back into our defensive stance for at least a possession. So, and it's a foot race and chasing them down and anticipation. There's a lot of things that we've started to do a little bit better, and I think we've still got a lot of room for growth in that area too.
You kind of got your bench going again last game. A lot of that was Fred, obviously.
Yeah.
But, when you look at the bench struggles, how much of it is just there's no Pascal there, and that's a big absence?
I think that's a factor, no doubt, right? And like we talked about, I think a couple games ago, that I have been subbing him a little bit early to try to get him back in there. It hasn't worked out that very well, just for circumstances, which is what always happens, right? All your plans always end up getting when the ball goes up. But go ahead.
Are they trying, like Fred mentioned this the other night, is it almost like they're trying to recreate what they had last year when you can't recreate what you had last year?
Maybe. I get mad at my coaches when they keep saying that. Well, last year that team did, and I'm just like, it's different people. It's, we're living last year for. Has really nothing to do with it. This group's got to create what they can create. And again, I think it's just, I'll take some onus on it. I've jumbled up that group a lot. I continue to do it. They've got to find a better rhythm offensively, and to me that means they need to pass the ball a little bit more, right? They need to let the offense score rather than individually trying to score. And forget all that, man. They aren't creating enough out of their defense, and they know it. They know it. They've got to buckle down here, and with them more than anything, I think we'll get 3 or 4 guys playing and 1 guy breaking down, or 3 guys playing and 2 guys not, right? The defense has to be a 5-man together thing if it's going to be any good.
Well, you were saying the other day that when this team really focuses in on defense, that's where the extra gears come from.
Yes.
That's where it comes from. Are you seeing more of that as time's going on?
I don't know if I am, but I'm certainly still seeing it in games.
It's still there.
Yeah, like the Memphis game the other night, right? We gave up 71 points to a team that scores 100 in the first half. and then we just absolutely locked them up. I think somebody told me the score was like 65-31 from the 2 minutes to go to the end of the game, right? And that's dominating on the road against a really good team. Do I want us to play that way more often? Yes, but I'm trying to evaluate if that's realistic, right? I'm trying to evaluate if that's realistic or not. Yes is the answer, but I gotta see if maybe our fourth quarter defense becomes a priority, right? First and foremost, then we start creeping it back a little bit, if that makes sense.
You would talk trying to get from 32 minutes
Yeah.
to 36 to
Yeah.
41. Are you seeing that progression?
I think so, Doug. A little bit. Again, it's kind of the same conversation here. I think that maybe I'm seeing a little less really bad play in the off moments.
Yeah.
Right. I think we're getting better shots and not turning it over quite as much. Those kind of things. So there's some. And again, some of those guys that are good shooters for us that haven't made any shots are starting to make a few, and again, that kind of keeps things ticking over too. So that helps it not look so bad.
What would a realistic good defensive game be? 38 minutes, 34 minutes, 42? Like realistic?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say probably 36. Just if I had to pick a number.
Yeah, but that's the realistic part.
If I had to pick a number. Yeah,
At
yeah.
a high level, and then
Yeah.
survive those other 12 minutes.
Yeah, let's put it this way: 3/4 looking to extend that out
So is that-
more than 36
That's
minutes.
36 consecutive. Would you just take?
No.
Three?
It's 3 minutes at the start on the road. No, I don't know what it is. We're trying to. Again, you want to play consistently, right? But again, I think you got to have some realistic thoughts on it too.